its own sweet time tonight. Good evening, ladybugs and yellow jackets. Welcome to this week's episode of FAE News here on FAE Productions. I'm your host, Fairy Princess Lolly, and today I am here with Count Morbid Ceiling. Okay, and Count Morbid. He wanted to give you guys a dramatic pan.
Enter stage up.
Yeah, I was just for 2 seconds before he moved his hand, I was thinking that maybe he's just frozen. And with Ion the Leprechaun. With Jarl Gunther Hammerhands.
Hello.
And Justinian Blanc Esquire. Oh, look at that cool cup you have there, Justinian.
Did you just miss the conversation about the cool cups actually belonging to Her Majesty?
And famous Dana the Boggin. Oh, nice job. You were not supposed to sell it out. What the heck?
Did I say which
Your
Majesty?
The whole conversation, and then you just went and sold him out. The whole conversation was about not selling out the jackalope.
What? That's what it was?
Isn't that some of the perks is being able to use the nice cup?
Yeah, that's part of the perk.
No,
I don't have that perk. Only the scribe has the perk.
It's only a perk if they don't know. It's not an intentional perk.
Oh my goodness.
No, the actual perk that is unintentional is drinking from the skull of the enemies, which you do.
I think it looks like a honey pot.
Skulls are kind of leaky.
It's kind of golden, and then it has a band around the middle that looks like it should say honey on it.
Honey, H-U-N-N-Y.
H-U-N-N-E, H-U-N-E, Hune, honey.
It doesn't matter how it's spelled. It's all awesome.
I mean,
and
basically true. Let's see. Well, so I guess that tonight we didn't come up with anything new to do to our bell. So somebody had an idea? No? Okay.
I had one for a second. It left. Let's forget the bell tonight.
How about
we already did.
Yeah, right?
Let's ring the bell.
Honey the bell. Honeycomb
Slather the bell.
Oh.
Don't tell Her Majesty about the bell.
Let's don't tell the Majesty about. Yeah, that's good.
Yes. Okay, there you go. Like, subscribe, and forget the bell. I really don't want you to forget the bell, but I guess that's the first thing that came to anybody's mind was forget about the bell, man.
How about remember the bell?
Helps you remember the bell.
Remember the bell. Well, you guys.
Perhaps next week we'll remember the bell.
Like, subscribe, ring the bell. We just we normally do something new to our bell. So I actually also wanted to start. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, roasted corn. It needs to have sour cream on it and like tasty spices and butter and other such things, right? Like, I want to eat it. Yes. So
we want corn.
More cowbell. That's right. More cowbell. Also, a shout out to tonight's sponsor before we jump into everything. Heartsong Arts Pottery was one of our Fairy Blossom Festival vendors. They are your favorite site for earth-themed, natural, stained and glazed pottery in all sorts and variety. Mugs, planters, you will find plenty tempt you. There is even a garden sculpture with totems and fairy house statues, bringing the fae to life in your everyday crockery. They have free delivery on all orders that are over $35, and they've been listing a lot of new things. I actually follow them on Instagram as well, and so you can find their information going down there in the ticker. It should also be in the low bar, but I will confess to being somewhat discombobulated this week, so I might have the wrong information. I'll have to go back and double check it. Nevertheless, Heartsong Arts Pottery, you can find them on all of the places by that name. So
your favorite place for stains.
Yes, for stained things. So
stains.
if you do purchase from them, please remember to just let them know where you heard about them from. So
you heard from here first.
Yeah, you heard it here first. No, we have such a busy schedule of things
Don't like it.
for like the next couple of weeks. And I am so tired right now. I feel like my whole brain is just going to fall out my ear. And this is going to fall out my ear and schlep over to the couch and curl up and go to sleep. And it'll just be there pulsing like... it will be
I
hitting it.
don't think it would be that big.
I'm pretty sure most of us feel the same slothy.
I used to have
Yeah.
a brain that I kept on my desk, actually. It was like this little... you know that stuff that they would make those wall crawly things out of? You throw them to the wall and it would kind of slinky down the wall.
Yeah,
You know,
it was
in a-
called slime, wasn't it?
Well, they made them in all different sorts of shapes. They made
octopus.
spiders and slime and octopuses and all kinds of stuff. And I used to have one that was like made out of that stuff, and it was a brain. And it's around here somewhere, and I have it like I kept it in a little plastic box so that it wouldn't ever get damaged, like, because I thought it was the cutest little brain. If I only had
Now
Can I
I
ask you a
want to
question
play
about
Plants
it?
vs. Zombies.
It was really cute, and it would squish into this box, and I used to just have it sitting on my desk.
Did it ever
with
make you angry when it got the dirt and stuff on it and you couldn't use it anymore?
It might actually still be around here somewhere. I just don't know where.
Clearly, it stopped thinking about itself.
And therefore, it ceased to exist. Is that what you're getting at?
Yep.
It only exists when it thinks about itself?
Right.
Well, once
But
it stops existing, how does it start again?
It doesn't.
I did lose my brain. You know what, Flora? You're not helping. You're not helping me, Flora. Yes, I did lose my brain, and I'm probably going to be confused a lot tonight. So I hope you guys have full mugs. I don't even know.
I do.
Oh,
We have to rely on Boltzmann to provide more.
but mine is water. And Cal Morbid's ignoring us as usual. And you know what? You even have a cool mug to show off. But oh no, we're all sitting here with awesome mugs. And what are you doing?
He's got a cob.
A mean mugging.
Oh, you're mean mugging. Oh, that looks so good. I haven't had one of those in such a long time. Blended garden salad.
Salsa?
Well, if your emotions are going to bring comfort food, they can totally join my brain on the couch. I'll even scoot over and share the blanket with you. That would be so excellent. I'm kind of curious. What is comfort food for you?
By the way,
'Cause-
Bloody Mary
Yes,
also works
food.
really well to cook with, like in pasta sauce or to cook shrimp in.
Yeah, it's good. It is. It's also good to drink with vodka.
Wait, isn't
I've
that
heard
what you just said? Didn't you just say that a Bloody Mary was good with vodka?
That's
No,
right.
I said a Bloody Mary mix was good with pasta. Pasta. Or to cook
Or
shrimp.
shrimp?
Well, maybe I'm just
Yes.
here. I'm dreaming
I
about
am
in
never
my
sending
brain.
you to the store to buy pasta. I'm never sending you to the store to buy pasta because you'll just come back with vodka.
Maybe you should send me to the store to buy vodka then, and I'll come back with pasta. I don't know. Whatever. Don't send me to the store to buy anything. I don't like going to the store.
Well, we're not going to make you cook it, that's for sure.
Don't.
I mean, that is a good decision.
Ouch.
A responsible decision. Ooh, I love cheese. Yes, we could eat all the cheese. Stilton sounds really good. Wait a minute. What's this? No selling the jackalope because then you won't have a partner in crime. And by the way, welcome. I'm going to say it out loud. Welcome to the FAE family, Jen, because I saw that right there at the beginning of the show. Yeah, you're a new YouTube member. Haha, awesome. But I'm more curious about this business with you and the jackalope being partners in crime. I'm curious what that's about, and I think that you need to elaborate.
I don't think it has anything to do with mugs.
You don't think it has anything to do with mugs? How do you know that, though?
That's just mean mugging.
You're mean mugging.
Usually.
Yes. Yes, he does.
I don't know. I'm just saying I want to know what's going on. Hey, wow. I see. Gosh, there's so many of you guys out there. Hi, everybody. Hey. Woohoo! Kamal! Kamal, you finally joined the FAE fam. I'm so excited. Welcome.
Yay!
I know you've been lurking like a lurking lurker out there for some time now. So
I mean, it gives him an extra spin on the wheel, right?
I feel like we should do something to celebrate our new members. Wait, I don't understand. How can you do this twice? What? Look at twice.
Maybe change the amounts.
I don't know. I feel like we should do something special though, and we should make Gunther do it because it's going to be his birthday this weekend. We have so many things.
I feel like that's exactly why I should not have to do it.
Because it's going to be your birthday?
That's right.
No, you have to get into the celebratory mood.
I don't like it.
You don't like anything.
See?
I'm just saying. Okay, so
I don't like it.
I don't like it very much at all.
Friday, there will not be an author reads. I am sorry, you guys, but we are going to be headed
on hiatus.
Yeah, well, I just have to. We're not going to be in. Wait, am I a big lying liar that lies?
Did you? Were you a lying liar that lies with all the lies?
I was going to say that we were going to be headed out east, but I may, and therefore I didn't schedule something. I'm going to make sure before I.
Did you break a thing?
I mean, I break a lot of things, but I don't break things. What are you talking about? Oops.
I don't like it.
Oh no! Wait! Maybe I did schedule somebody.
Uh-oh.
Are you being a dirty liar again?
I did.
Okay, then you got a show. Look at that. Ah, sucker.
So, prior to previous reports, there will be.
No, wait. No, don't. No, not. Hold on.
See, last time this happened, we all got very confused and sad.
I'm looking. I looked. I saw the date for the 16th, but it was April. I'm like, no, that's the wrong month. Yeah, I didn't think that I scheduled anybody this week because we're headed out to the eastern half of the kingdom. I'm really excited. We're gonna go have a double header. Actually, I guess it's kind of triple for us because first we're going down to Umatilla, and on Saturday we're gonna head out Sunday night. Friday night. I told you guys I was really tired, right? We're going to head out Friday night. We're going to go to Umatilla where GameStop. Oh man, I'm so tired. I hate being this tired. Like my whole brain just is like failing to work. A friend of mine is opening a game store, Game Forge, grand opening down in Umatilla. Oh man, I know stores that are called GameStop and GameStorm, so I guess. But Game Forge down in Umatilla, and so that's where we will be Saturday in the very early afternoon, and we're gonna join them for their grand opening. You will see Gunther and I there. There will be crazy other little fun things I think going on. We're gonna have some little quests and whatnot for people if they stop by, and then we're going up on Sunday to Spokane, which is Gunther's official birthday. Sunday is Gunther's birthday. Don't anybody go overboard. Definitely nobody buy him any mead or yes, and certainly
I don't like it.
Do not bring him cupcakes or cakes to the park.
Why are you doing this?
Illyria, I'm speaking to you. He absolutely hates all of those things. Don't bring him any of them. He hates them all.
Wait. Was Fairy Princess Lolly talking about being a liar of lies and stuff? Because
I think Count Morbid was actually calling her that at one point, and she's proven it true.
I only have very specific certain circumstances under which I can tell a fib.
So what are the other things that
So
he
it's going to
hates
make
so
me
we
freak
don't
out
give
because
them
that's
to
a
him?
thing.
Wait, what was that, Justinian?
What's the other things he hates so we don't give them to him? I have to make notes, you know,
Oh
to
yes,
probably
he
make.
absolutely hates mead. Definitely no mead.
Okay, no
And
mead. Got
yep,
that.
and no cupcakes. Hates cupcakes.
Wait.
I shared
I don't
a
recall last time I
picture.
actually had a cupcake, to be honest with you.
He hates
I
birthday
sh-
cakes too.
Like
oh
ice
yeah,
cake is
last
my
year's.
bananas.
Yes, I shared pictures of last year's cake
There's
to
there's a
our
picture of
group.
me. Yeah,
What about
with the
gummy bears?
unicorn cake.
Gummy
Well,
bears.
they
So
have to be
Hates gummy.
special.
yeah, they have to be sugar free now because my
See, he absolutely hates gummy bears. None of those, especially sugar-free gummy bears. Really, really hates
it
those.
makes me so
Of course,
sad
he hates
that
those.
everything's got to
He
be
would
sugar
much rather
free.
have full sugar.
I want to eat all the sugar at once.
Well,
I actually think that part of the cause of me being like that is because I did actually at some point or another start ingesting sugar just like from a bag when I was a
Oh,
teenager.
sugar.
I think this is
Honey,
what you were talking
honey.
about, famous Dana.
Yes, that is exactly what I was talking about.
That's not me.
Wow.
If
am
that guy has no
impressed.
teeth and no horns, that is not me.
Unicorns. I have to put that on the list.
Yes, does
He
not
must.
like unicorns.
Nor do I like ice cream cake.
Okay, ice cream cake.
You could,
That thing was so cute last year.
you know what?
Oh, God.
I guess Colton is taking this all the way to its logical end, which is if you hate everything, then we should just put you out of your misery by injecting sugar directly into your bloodstream. I mean,
I
does that-
agree. I've
Anyone?
tried it.
Anyone
no,
who
you
eats,
have.
anyone who eats a unicorn ice cream cake lives a half-life, a cursed life.
Well, what's the other half of their life?
Not less cursed, but
Driving home.
sort of an undying cursed.
So they have a cursed half-life, and then a still cursed but not fully cursed other
Not quite
half-life.
as cursed, kind of.
Not quite as cursed half-life. Cursed and
I
not
don't-
quite as.
I was gonna say,
I
have you
don't know
lived
if you
life
understand
before?
how fractions work.
Well, I do. That's two halves make a whole. It's cursed and not quite as cursed.
But what's the name of the other leg?
And you can have a half-half. Thank you very much.
Half of a half is a quarter.
Yes, Ion, I'll ask you to confirm that for me, please. Can you not have a half-half?
You can even have a half.
That's right.
But then no one can say 16th or
16th.
32nd.
Ooh, 30 seconds.
30 seconds to Mars.
16th is kind of weird and hard to say. That's true. Only slightly cursed. Yes. And he's not quite cursed. He's
Mostly cursed.
To be fair, there is 4 individuals in this stream who also had that cake with me.
I don't know who those people would be. Let's see. So, Justinian, I feel like you're going to have a really long list if you're actually writing down the things that Gunther hates, because it's basically everything.
I'm just
I
saying,
am.
Scribe
There's
is
a
at it.
long list.
Scribe is at it.
Oh, okay. I have a sneeze and it's there in my nose doing the whatevers. Wait, what? What is this? What do you mean no sugar-free gummy bears? They will do bad things to you. What do they do? Do they get up in the middle of the night and take toothpicks and come at you like a little gummy army?
They
I don't
bounce-
understand.
They bounce here and there and everywhere.
I like that song. Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. There's no adventure that's beyond compare. We are the gummy bears.
I have a friend of mine who actually looks like the mama from that show.
I don't actually remember the show itself. I just know the little jingly tune because the music sticks in my head.
We'll not sing the song. We'll not sing the song. We'll not sing the song.
Are you trying to not sing I'm a gummy bear? Yes, I'm a gummy bear. I'm a moving, grooving, jamming, singing gummy bear.
I don't like that song.
Gummy
You don't
bear.
have to write that down. That's just common knowledge.
Okay, that one is going on the I hate list.
That song actually even comes in German. No, you cannot tell me that
I mean,
a
who
gummy
doesn't?
bear that is in a low rider car that's like boom, 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 singing in German about being a gummy bear does not sound amazing. Come on now. It's excellent.
Du hast.
Right. Oh, we sing Du hast. I'm okay with that.
I'm not sure about that, you guys. So our vendor for this evening actually is down in the wings, and I would like to bring them in here. And I also just want to say I'm so glad to be back to having a vendor, because it's been a few weeks since that has happened with Fairy Blossom and all of the things. So I am very excited. And with that said, I see you down there. Are you ready? Yeah. Hello, Jason.
Hello, how are you?
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Thank you for allowing me to be on your program today.
No, hey, absolutely. I'm so excited. Yeah, we have been like the past several weeks, no vendors because it was like festival time and just everything was crazy and all over the place. And so I'm very, very happy to kind of be back to normalish a little bit here. we have such a busy lineup of everything in the next few weeks. But please, if you will, enough about us and more about you. Tell us who you are and what your business is and what you do. Let's hear about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name's Jason Hodges, and I'm the owner of Wolf's Cosplay. So based out of Sheridan, Wyoming. Yes, Wyoming is in fact real. It's in the United States and everything. It's not just it's not just fiction. Yeah.
Wyoming is actually beautiful.
I've
and you have
actually
cool red roads down there.
I've actually said on the show that Wyoming and Montana are both mythological places that don't exist.
That's right. It's funny that even started, because it's like we have 80% of Yellowstone National Park. It's like, of course we're real.
That's
really
exactly why we don't want to acknowledge it, because there's a super volcano supposedly there.
That's right.
Mythological does not exist.
Boom.
That's right. So based out of Sheridan, Wyoming, I started a couple of years ago. I was honestly, I'm a geek at heart, and at the time I was doing sales and technology, traveling all over the place. So on the road, my wife called me up while I was on the road. She said, "Hey, there's this new park opening in Pleasant Grove, Utah, called Evermore Park. You and your buddy ought to go take a visit and go see." We looked it up when we saw that they were just opening, and we thought, if we're gonna go, we're gonna go in costume. So it was we made it down there the day after Halloween.
Cool.
And yeah, and we showed up, and so we actually hit a Halloween store that was shutting down, so they had everything like 90% off. We grabbed some stuff, and we go to the gates, and we're all excited, and we drove like 9.5 hours. To get there. That's how far this place is from us. And we showed up at the gates, and they were closed. We didn't realize that they shut down for seasons. And so we had driven 9.5 hours just to be locked out. And I'm originally from Florida, where theme parks are open 24/7. They're just everywhere. And so the concept of y'all shut down? What? So yeah, the security guy was really apologetic. Well, we had a good time anyway, just kind of roaming around. Came back, said, we're gonna go back, and this time we're gonna go like in legit costume. But I'm so cheap. I'm like, I can't spend that money on something that somebody else has made. I'm just gonna make it myself. And so cobbled together this like cowboy steampunk kind of outfit with a big cowboy hat and black vest and things. And on top of that, I did a bunch of crystal necklaces. I'm a little bit of a rock hound. And around here, we have a lot of natural deposits of crystals. And I started with little things like this. So this is a crystal. It's called selenite. Well, relatively speaking. So it's called selenite. And so you can see here, I actually embedded an LED in the crystal.
Is it lighting? Yeah, I was going to say, oh, it's so lighting up.
Yeah, it is. It's like a light bulb. This thing is bonkers. So I came dressed in that, and I had a bandolier with all sorts of potion bottles that lit up and everything. And
Someone's gonna think that's a lollipop.
Yeah. We were bounty hunters. And my buddy, he was the gunslinger, and I was the medic, because our little story was that he was a really bad shot, and I would have to heal the people that he hit by accident. So we had like 9.5 hours to come up with our backstory and everything. So we get to the park, and we're like in full actor mode, and we're just having a great time. And we actually had people mistake us for actors in the park, and people would come up to me, "Can I buy that necklace? Do they sell that in the gift shop?" I'm like, "No, but I'll sell it to you."
Here you go.
I literally walked out with like 10% of what I was wearing, because I had sold everything else, enough to like pay for the trip.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
like,
that's gas money, right? For
yeah, I know,
9
right?
hours.
And I'm like, ooh. So then I'm onto something. And so we loved it. We had a fantastic time, and I realized really quickly, hey, this is I have 6 kids. Like, this is a way for me to bring my family and pay for the trip. And sure enough, I would come, and every time I came and I looked like Mr. T, but instead of gold necklaces, I had crystal necklaces. Just like, I was like this, weighted down with all. And then I would start selling them out of a leather bag. Well, anyway, after about 6 months of doing that, the owner of the park came up to me. He's like, "You really can't be doing that, man." But what's really funny is about half of the actors had bought props for their costumes from me. They're like, "Hey, can you make me a wizard staff that lights up? Can you make me a wand? Can you make me this and that, whatever?" And so he said, "But he says, I don't want to squish you, because you do really good stuff. Would you be interested in being a vendor here? We're toying with the idea of doing a vendor program, and we'd love to beta test with you." So I was actually the first third-party vendor at Evermore Park, and that was a year ago. Yeah, that was a year ago in May, and since then things have exploded exponentially. I was working for a great company called AgTerra, dealt with agriculture, technology, and things like that. So just about as far away from fantasy as you can get. I dealt with farmers. I dealt with weed and pest guys. I dealt with cowboys. And now I was able to replace that and more. Now I'm doing this for a living. I have been since November. I've got 3 shops. I have one here in Wyoming, one in the Salt Lake area, and one in Las Vegas that I recently opened. And I have about 11 employees, all within.
You went from dealing with cowboys to now you deal with steampunk cowboys.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And all of this really happened within the last 6 months. In October, during Halloween, obviously there's a lot of demand for things that light up. And things went crazy. Here locally in Sheridan, the state has what they call a startup challenge. It's a small business grant. It's very Shark Tank. You go and you and 50 other people, you pitch your business idea. And it's like, I'm sitting here with some people that have some really cool ideas. And they're like, "What do you do?" "I'm a nerd that makes things light up. Give me a grant." And I won.
Shiny rocks.
That's right, shiny rock. Here, buy my shiny rocks.
Who doesn't like shiny rocks?
I know, right? And
man, next challenge, ice to Eskimos, bub.
That's right.
As long as it lights up, it's good to go.
That's right. From that, things really kind of exploded. Now I'm doing Comic-Cons and Renaissance fairs all over the place. Obviously, I still have my booth at Evermore Park. They actually made me. I don't work for Evermore. I work with Evermore, but I actually run the vendor program with another gal. because we really kind of wanted to set a standard for other people that were kind of in the park and selling, and making sure their stuff was quality and didn't break and things like that. And that's really kind of where
we call that. We call that a handmade union.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it is. Some of the things that I do and use is we make everything in shop. Like I'm sitting in my shop right now. I'm fortunate enough that in the back of my property, I have a second building that's a 2-story building. It's my shop, and we make everything here. We don't buy and resell. We make it all here. We do leather craft, we do glass, we do metal, we do leather, we do resins, all sorts of stuff, and we do it all in house. And what that allows me to do is to sell stuff that that would normally be on the price range of cheap plastic garbage from China at the same price as in, but I'm using glass. I'm using real leather, not pleather. I'm using metal. I'm using some really cool stuff, and I'm coming in at the same price point as some of these out of country places, and so it makes it really affordable for people who want to dress up and do some cool stuff and actually have some real leather items or things like that, and get it for a fraction of what they get anywhere else. A lot of that has to do with the technology that I use. I use a lot of electronic machinery. I use a lot of lasers and a lot of things that allow me to increase my production time without taking away from quality. And so I can really turn out a lot of stuff at just a fraction of the cost. So,
well, so I'm curious now if here in Wyoming is where you make all of your stuff, then your other 2 shops, do you just ship product out to them? Is that their storefronts?
So the other 2 shops, how we've kind of arranged things is my shop in Vegas handles primarily my Etsy sales and my Amazon sales. And we have a shop built out to them, their production shop as well, where we send them raw materials and then they do assembly work. We do all the leather craft here in Wyoming, and then we will ship them leather straps and goods and things like that they can assemble with the other items that we purchase from other suppliers. And so, and the same thing place in Utah. So they're not retail shops. They're actually shops. They're assembly facilities, as well as build facilities. We actually don't have, for as much growth as we've had, we don't have a retail location. All of our business is either through Etsy and Amazon or mostly at live events, which we attend. Because
people can see the stuff and try it, hold it, touch it,
That's a big deal. Like, for instance, a couple of things that are hard to translate online is we have our potion bottles here. And so they're based off of Lord of the Rings, a light in the dark kind of a thing.
Yeah.
They come in a whole bunch of colors. And I mean, this is real leather, it's solid glass, and at the top is an LED, and I'll turn it on and off so you can see the blue kind of turn on and off.
Yeah, definitely can see that.
And so at night, this thing hanging from a costume as you're walking around the park or someplace else is really cool. And we have that in a whole bunch of different styles and sizes and things like that. And you just can't find this kind of thing anywhere else. I mean, people sell potion bottles, but ones that light up and that they have real leather and not pleather, and we use nickel-plated studs so they don't rust and other things like that are literally handmade.
I don't.
Can't. Yeah.
This might make more sense like towards the end when there's other things saved. But would it be possible to turn off your lights in the background so that we could see things light up?
Let's see how much I can turn off.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it might make more sense.
Oh, there you go.
Do it all at the end, but there we go.
Yeah.
And I got a couple other lights going on. Actually, I know what I can do.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, but I can already see a big difference, so that helps a lot.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
we have a couple questions from the audience. One is, do you don't have a store in Canada, do you?
No, I don't have a store in Canada.
But you do ship to Canada, I presume.
Yeah, absolutely. We ship all over the place.
Oh, there you go. And another question here is, are you able to do those bottles with black light and fluorescing paints?
So black lights in many LEDs is almost impossible to find. We can get them, but the wait time for that is about 6 to 8 weeks. It's just that difficult to get a mini black light that's really powerful enough to get through the entire bottle. However, some of the things that we do, for instance, there's a company in England. Oh gosh, their name escapes me at the top of my head. Where they make black 2.0, they make glow powders, they make really kind of specialty stuff. So we do make things that, for instance, anything that has green in it, we add this glowing powder to it, so that it really has a really strong glow effect. So for instance, like this right here, this is an unfinished product. This is actually one of our dragon eggs. And if you can see inside, there's a silhouette of a dragon inside of the egg.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And this has a whole base that lights up and makes the whole thing light up in a stand. So that actually glows in the dark. So not only does it have LEDs, but when you turn the LEDs off, the whole thing continues to glow. And we do other things. For instance, probably one of our most popular, more recent items is we do daggers.
Oh, stabby stab.
Yes.
So,
Stabby
and then
stab
yes.
shiny.
And
then
it lights
yes,
up.
they glow, and it lights up.
That
So,
is a dagger that I need.
We actually have two versions.
That looks more like an arrowhead in some ways.
So this is actually cast from a real obsidian spearhead.
Oh, wow.
What? And
So
it's glass. So this is actual glass. This is what you were talking about earlier.
No. This looks like glass because it's molded from a real obsidian spearhead, and the resin techniques that we use allow us to get that glass look without any bubbles or any imperfect. So people look at this and they're afraid to touch it because they're like, I'm going to cut myself. And so our little tagline is like, it looks sharp and deadly and dangerous, but it's about as sharp as a butter knife. And
that's also my autobiography.
That's right. And so it lets us do that in like all sorts of amazing colors.
Oh,
That is so cool. I can have a pink knife, you guys.
You can't.
No, no, you can't.
One of my most favorite recent requests
She's not
is
allowed twitchy things.
we have an Etsy store called wolfscosplay.com.
Yes.
And we got an order last week for a Princess Mononoke style dagger. So we did the dagger, but we did the little triangles and things like that. And they said, how sharp is it? Can it cut through cake? And I said, well, yeah, it can cut through cake. Cool, because I want it for my wedding cake. So
awesome.
Then they asked if we could engrave on there the Kingdom Hearts logo, and then have their wedding date on the handle and on the sheath and everything. I'm like, yes, of course I can. I would love to do that. And they're like, how much? I'm like, take it. Just take it and send me pictures.
That's crossing the nerd streams there.
I know, right? It was really, really cool. Other things that we do. So for instance, these are little necklace pendants that we do, and this has real amethyst inside of it. But like everything else, it actually lights up. And so it sells with a necklace, wears like that. And so we use real semi-precious stones. We use amethyst. We use obsidian. We use quartz. Strawberry quartz, jasper, all sorts of stuff.
Are the batteries replaceable on your products?
Everything that lights up has replaceable batteries. And that was one of my anything that I make, because I've got 6 kids and I hated going to Disney and having items that were one and done. Like they would have a wand and it was just good long enough to be at the park. You got home and it'd break or the batteries would die. You couldn't replace the batteries. And so like literally one of my first like major items that I made outside of jewelry is I started with these wands, and of course that's actually a real quartz tip, and the quartz glows.
I love quartz.
And my kids are Harry Potter fans, and they're like, Dad, can you make us a wand that doesn't break? And so like this is a solid metal body that's a real quartz. This is like a weapon. It's not. it's not just a. That's right. Like I'm a.
You have to have a holster for that wand.
Princess
Yes,
Lily,
we do.
When we said I needed a wand, that would be the one I'd probably need, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, except that you hate wands. I'll let our birthday discussion earlier.
I mean, I also hate clothes, but here I am sitting there wearing them. Okay, so
That's right.
And everyone is grateful.
We also do.
I've got it on my wrist.
Wait, what is that? It's like a little itty bitty one.
It is. It's actually an arrowhead pendant.
That could go in my hair.
I was thinking that would be a good cleavage keeper.
Or it's in a box to hide from you because I don't want
The universal pocket.
That's right.
or cutting a very small cake.
That's right. That's right. The smallest of cakes.
I actually want to see that happen. I actually want to see that happen now with Gunther's hand because his hands are enormous.
Cupcake.
This is for tea cakes.
Cupcakes.
Tea cakes.
I'm just saying, Fairy Princess Lolly, if you stuck that in your hair, I'm afraid you'd stab yourself in the back of your head, and that's not something I need to deal with.
I'll have you know, if you're going to cut a tea cake, you need to have your pinky out.
Yeah, that's right. Pinky's out. And I just want you to know that, how do you know that I don't have one in my hair right now and I'm not stabbing myself?
Because you're not bleeding.
No. So what you're trying to say is I have no skill with a knife.
I believe you have a tea cake in
I'm
your
pretty
hair.
sure if you tried to cut, some food with a knife, you would somehow catch the food on fire. That's all I'm saying.
You know
Yes,
what?
but
It's not a
that's what it is.
chainsaw, is what it is.
Hey, I can cut things with a chainsaw.
Oh, hey, look, we have a vendor.
The point?
Hey, look, there's a vendor.
Look, there's a vendor right there.
Make a light up chainsaw.
Okay,
There you go. That's the challenge. Can you make a light up chainsaw?
I'm going to say what I always say. Yeah, of course we can. I've got one on the shelf now. What are you talking about? let me go get it. I'll be right back.
Let's go for the Halloween prop.
Where did the vendor go?
No, what have you in your hand here, sir?
So the other things that we do are hand-bound hardback leather journals.
What? I love that.
So this
But does
is
it glow?
we can't. It could. I could put some phosphorescent powder in this. Why not? So we came out with this about 2 months ago, and it's been a runaway success. Much of my inspiration comes from my kids. I have one of my daughters. She's an artist, and she would buy the really cheapy, flimsy drawing journals that you get on Amazon. And she's like, Dad, can you make me something better? I was like, yeah, sure. We can do that. And that's actually where this idea was born, is that if you go to a Ren Fair or a Comic-Con, you see the same 5 journals, softback leather journals, I should say, leather with quotations, leather journals, all over the place. And there was, oh yes, this is our product. You and the 10 other vendors. Okay.
It's kind of like you air quoted journal too.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right. And so, what we did is, where I get my leather from is actually a shop up in Montana. They've been around for 100 years. A quick plug for them.
Their imaginary state.
That's right. That's right. Montana Leather out of Billings, Montana. Fantastic company. And I get everything. I get buffalo leather, cow, deer, elk, all sorts of stuff. And I use all of that on my journals, and we do limited runs. So one of our big selling points is that we say, I only make about 20 of any given design before I move on to a different design, because my ADHD kicks in and I can't do more than one thing for that long. That's right. So they're all limited runs. So, but they're all hardback. We use real leather. We use acid-free archival grade paper, multimedia paper, so you can do watercolors, ink, that kind of thing.
Nice.
And we actually sell these with glass pens and an ink set and the whole bit. So yeah, we do a ton of these in person, because they sell so fast. It's really hard for us to even keep them in stock. But we'll go through like 100 a day at an event. These.
Now, can I ask a question about those? Are you the design on it looks maybe like it's laser done or something? Do you have the ability to do a custom design for somebody?
We do it all the time. All the time. We do tons of custom work. In fact, like I said, the gal who wanted on the on the dagger. For instance, we use real leather grips. Yeah, sorry. We do real leather grips. This is 8-ounce leather. This is actually buffalo, and she said, "I want the Kingdom Hearts logo on that. Can you do that?" Sure. And it took us like 5 minutes. We had it on there for her.
Nice.
And so we take custom orders all the time for anything dealing with leather, and even on the resin, we can actually laser engrave on resin. That's how we do the Princess Mononoke stuff on daggers. Is we can literally etch it in and then backfill it with resin and some other things. And we do some exotic stuff, like we do alligator.
What? That's not real alligator, is it?
Yeah, they got all. Yeah, it is.
Yes, Lolly, alligators are real.
Yeah, alligators
Yes,
are real.
Not just a river in Egypt.
And so we do all sorts of stuff.
Do you do custom personal designs?
Yeah, we do.
And this is what I was going to ask is, can you walk through really quick for the edification of myself and everyone else out there? What does it look like if somebody has a design that they want to have done? What does that process look like, from beginning to end? What do they need to give you? And then what happens, et cetera, et cetera?
Is this in terms of a full outfit or like a design for a journal?
Let's just say a design for a journal.
It is. So I use some pretty powerful software. If they already have a design in mind, they can send it to me. I can convert it to the right format. I line it up and size it with the piece of leather and the item that they want, and I cut up. The entire process might take 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then that's the whole conversion, everything. And then depending on how complex the design is, the engraving could take anywhere from a minute to an hour. It just kind of depends on, do they want line art? Do they want it backfilled? Like this is a backfilled design because there's thick black lines to it versus the design on the journal right here. I'll show you again real quick just for reference.
What does backfill?
You see how almost looks like a pencil drawing?
Yes.
So that simple liner, that goes really, really fast. I like this whole journal, cutting, engraving the whole bit might take 3 minutes. Versus if I were to engrave thick lines on this journal, it would take like 20 minutes, like all the backfill detail and things like that. So it just kind of depends on how in depth they want to get with the stuff. And that's even faster now. Right now I have an industrial laser. I have an OM Tech machine that is large enough I can literally slide a sheet of plywood through it and cut and laser engrave. But it has one laser. Yeah, that's right. But so a lot of people ask me, do you have a Glowforge? Well, if I was wanted to cut a sheet of paper, sure. This is I can actually I can engrave granite with this thing. It's a monster. But it's got a single laser head. I have a machine sitting in my parking lot. It was actually just delivered yesterday. That's a dual head laser. They can work simultaneously and independently. And so I can do the same amount of work in half the time and do all sorts of stuff. We just are growing that fast. So yeah.
It sounds like you're pretty much set up for no, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Yes, very much so. Yes.
Yeah.
Get the conveyor belts and everything. Yeah. We're getting
needlessly elaborate death traps. Yeah.
Yes. The first Resident Evil movie with the laser room. Yeah, we're there.
Plus, Wyoming's pretty safe to put your secret lair.
True.
Of course,
it doesn't exist. So there.
And we have a super volcano. Where else do you put an evil lair?
You actually look like you're in a super volcano. But yeah,
I know, right? I'm in my bunker.
By the way, I love somebody mentioned safety violations because it turns out that like evil masterminds don't really, go to OSHA to like oversee things.
Exactly. Like if we get a whiff of OSHA complaint, they're on the laser. That's just it. This is cow leather.
Yeah. They don't really open up for OSHA inspection.
I call this vest Tim.
I was just gonna say, if you wanted to get truly historically accurate, you could go with the human bound, human flesh bound books, right? So I just want to know now, if I should pass away, hopefully not for a very, very long time, but should that happen in some untimely manner, Am I able to go ahead and have myself tanned and sent over to you, and you will turn me into a book?
We don't care. We'll cut it.
Well, I mean, he did say he used really real alligator skin.
Yeah,
So why not?
I would not buy one because there'd be too much glitter still stuck on it. Yeah.
And
Just so
if I
known-
prepay for the shipping, will you ship it to Count Morbid when it's done?
100%.
Too much
Yeah, of
glitter.
course you
No,
would.
no. I don't want that glitter in my house.
Cat Woman, I still have glitter in my land dragon from freaking Fairy Blossom because of her.
So
Oh,
I have
if it's
glitter
a
in my-
personal drawing that somebody has, you would need a sketch instead of the finished version. That's what is being asked here.
Yeah, we can work either way. My background is in graphic design and computer animation. So I if you just had a sketch, that would be fine too.
You're all set up and ready to go for that. Oh my gosh, what an awesome transition to just go from all of that to, and now I make amazing props. That's what we're going to call them.
It's funny. My son just got married. We came back from a trip to Washington D.C. and his in-laws, our new in-laws now, and the new family, they are all extremely smart people. Like, they run hospitals. One of the guys is a co-inventor of the artificial liver. Like, really big brain people, just super nice, very, very humble. And they're like, so what do you do?
Lasers.
I make costumes for Ren fairs.
You're like, I can actually laser cut you a liver.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Would
can I
you
ask
like that? Yeah, go ahead.
Wait,
with a side
could
of fava
could
beans?
Could you engrave a liquor bottle, but also have it come with an artificial liver?
Well, of course.
Basically, just built the liver into the vodka bottle.
That's right. That's right.
You're not asking if the liver actually works. You're just saying
The
liver.
question isn't if we can. The question is, well, how would you like
Should
it? Would
we?
you like it julienned? Would you like the thin slices? What? Not if we can. We need more details.
Yes, more details.
Hey, Barry Princess Lolly, can we have him as the guest like at least once a month? Like,
I approve of this message.
Well, so I have a question. I want to circle back
Let's see the
to.
liver I made this week.
Oh my!
I actually want to circle back a little bit to something you said towards the beginning of when you got on here, which was that you have that branch in Las Vegas, and I'm curious now. Do you do the Las Vegas Ren Fair?
We are actually scheduled for this year. Yeah.
Nice.
We're scheduled for the Las Vegas Ren Fair, and we're going to be at the Comic-Con. So the Comic-Con is the week before, the first week of October 1st through the 3rd. And then the Ren Fair is the following week. We're actually going to be at both.
is that a Las Vegas Comic-Con?
Yes, it is. It's
okay.
Unicron, I think is what it's called. They recently changed their name. And they like many of the Comic-Cons, they were scheduled. They've been around for, I want to say, about 10 years, but last year COVID hit them hard, shut them down. They rebranded, and now they're Unicon or Unicron. Anyway, if you Google Las Vegas Comic-Con, it's October 1st through the 3rd. There at the convention center.
Well, so I'm asking because now for the past several years, myself and Stormy, who isn't with us tonight, we have worked the Las Vegas Ren Fair as well. And I'm like, well, if you're going to be down there, it would be very cool. We don't know if we're going to be there again this year, but also right before the weekend before, the same weekend as Comic-Con, is a different event, which is the Fairy Ball, Bad Fairy Ball. And so we've been kind of going back and forth about whether or not we want to try to go down there. I'm like, if I'm going to be there and you're going to be there, maybe we should try to like shake hands and meet, face to face. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I'd love that. That'd be fantastic. We are going to be, we're all over the place starting the middle of August. So August 13th, I think, is our next kind of show of the season, which is, Lake City Craft Fair, which is the Salt Lake City Craft Fair. It's a huge show that Salt Lake City does every year at their state fairgrounds. We'll be there. Then it's the Billings, Montana Renaissance Fair. And then it's, oh gosh, we're scheduled for FanX in Utah. We actually have a panel that we're going to be at FanX. Like I said, we're going to be at a couple of shows in Vegas. Gosh, we're all, I want to say we have about a dozen different shows booked up all over the Midwest.
So I have half a hunch. Are you a big Halloween guy?
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. No, because again, shockingly, I
Are
work
you
at a
Count
haunted-
Morbid?
Yeah. I work in a haunted house in October, and I was just thinking that like I could imagine haunts loving your props and light up things as well. That and I had an image of perhaps your house being very, very exciting during Halloween.
Yeah. It is. What's one of the fun things that happened is last year during Halloween, I went like my full cowboy steampunk outfit with, like I said, I have a bandolier that goes across my chest, and it has the little 10 milliliter potion bottles that I put in there, and each one is a different color, and they all light up. I look like a walking Christmas tree, and so I'll walk into these haunted houses, and you can hear the actors go like, because I look like a disco ball. Light shines everywhere, and they're like, we can't sneak up on this guy. You just go to the end. Let you sir in the back, you stay 20 feet behind this walking disco ball. John Travolta, you just move on through, please. We don't need any more of your, no more of your kind here, sir. No more of your kind. I can
imagine the haunt actors would also be worried about getting in trouble if they broke character to say, hey, where can I get that?
That's right. That's right. They're like, I look like a dealer on the side with a little side hustle. Like,
yeah. Which is basically how you got started at Evermore.
That's completely right. That's how all this started was, hey,
as a crack
you selling that? You got some premium crystal there, right? Meet me in the parking lot.
Yeah, first one's free.
It's the pure quartz.
That's right. That's right.
It'll light up really well.
Yeah. I started.
It'll get you lit. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I
get lit.
I made that joke quite a bit. It's fun because some of the stuff I really started bringing in some exotic stuff because I would have actors that I became regulars with. And they're like, okay, yeah, we see your normal stuff. Bring me the good stuff next time. and so I had this one actor. I actually was able to find a petrified acorn, a prehistoric acorn. It was like 150 million years old. It was bonkers. And I brought it in. And he was like, oh yeah, that's the stuff. Give me the acorn, baby.
So
that is actually really cool.
This is just a vodka bottle, but I imagine, can you do like
Morbid's name on the forehead?
Well, no. Like light up resin skulls of various sizes.
Yeah, absolutely. We can, and engrave on everything. Like today, I have an order for one of the things that we sell. So we'll sell the potion bottles. A lot of times we will also sell just empty potion bottles, and people say, hey, can you engrave like Nordic runes on here? Can you engrave a spell on here? Oh yeah, we can do that. Whatever.
Nice.
So,
did you hear that, Gunther?
Sell the potion bottles and then charge extra for the antidote bottles.
You need to get us into Evermore so that we can come do a live show that is showcasing all the awesome vendors from Evermore, including your amazing self.
Well, honestly, I'll pause you there for a second. Honestly, so I'm your contact for that. Yeah. We would love to have you. That would be fantastic to do a live broad. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Yeah, you'll be in under. Come in, just pitch it under Evermore and Wolf's Cosplay. And you're in the door.
Oh yeah, that would be a 9-hour drive. That would totally be like forever in the Land Dragon.
Well,
that's a day trip for me.
So silly question, mostly because of how you found out the hard way. Do they frown on guests coming in costume, or is it?
Oh gosh, they encourage it.
Okay,
I was never.
You only get in trouble if you start to sell things off your body. Then
yes, don't hawk it. Don't hawk it. Because
only if you're doing commerce.
and I totally got it. And when they pulled me off to the side, I figured, man, I got away with this for 8 months because I knew it's taking money away from their mercantile shop, their gift shop and stuff. Money that would have gone there was going to me, going in my pocket.
Right.
So I was not upset at all when they finally. I was just surprised I'd gotten away with it for so long.
Right. If somebody pulls that at Disneyland, they ended up in a deep, dark hole where no one will ever find them.
Exactly. Guys in black suits and little mouse ears come out. And
and they have their SWAT team, the Mickey SWAT
They have
team.
their little marshmallow pop guns with like arsenic, like don't open your mouth.
But you know what? If they hold up a quartz magic wand that lights up though to make you forget, we're gonna know where they got it.
That's right.
The containment team from Monsters Inc. Like.
That's right.
The containment team. So I guess wow, okay, so we've been yakking for like 40 minutes here, and so bringing us to our favorite part for everybody out there of the show, where we get to find out what is the giveaway item for this week.
Okay, by the way, real quick before he presents what he's the raffle item or whatever, since all of us here aren't eligible, I quit.
You quit.
I quit.
All right, well.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm kidding, Count Morbid. You know I love you.
Oh,
No. If I'm eligible to raffle, you can shut me all you want.
Awesome. I love it.
you are
okay.
guiding light to us all, Count Morbid.
Yeah.
This is where you have to go find somebody and get them to do your fairy bidding, Count Morbid. That is what
Anyway,
really needs to happen.
let's embiggen the nice man again so that we can see
Yes.
what the. Today's item up for bid. So our resin daggers, our lighted resin daggers, whether it's and I will leave it up to you whether it will be one of our stilettos or one of our larger daggers. Either one is fine by me. So what's nice about these is it's not just this smoky or this purple. We do them in any color combination, whether you want it obsidian or crystal or mixed colors like blue and green or black and green or purple and clear or whatever. Totally custom to what you want, as well as the color of the leather and whatever engraving you want. And in that is also a sheath. So you'll get the dagger of your choice. You'll get a sheath, the color and the colorine, as well as if you want an LED or not.
Oh my gosh, I think so
everyone
generous of you. You guys better all go out right now and follow him on Instagram and give him the favorites and the loves on the Etsy and all the other places, and Facebook too. You better do that right now. That is Count Morbid.
It's amazing.
You know what? If all I knew that to get him to quit after all these years, all I had to do was offer him with an awesome light up knife. Of course, I don't know if I want to put that into his
tell
hands.
him he had to do work.
Oh,
yes.
Cobble says sting should be the magic word for the week.
Oh,
I love it. I love it.
Yes. I fully endorse this. Let's start it at once.
That was better than my get lit idea.
That's right.
Yeah, sting is pretty good. I like sting.
that or I was going to go with artificial liver.
Excuse me.
I'm just
Or
saying.
Super volcano.
Can I show you one more thing? I'm going to show you one more thing. It's actually a prototype that we're working on right now. I have it in its steel version, but we're going to make a resin version of it. Give me a second.
How about with laser beams?
Laser beams.
So it's going to be a shark with freaking laser beams.
Yeah.
So we're, like I said, I have the steel prototype. We're going to be working on this in resin this weekend.
Oh my God.
Oh,
wow.
So we're gonna do this in resin, and of course
Wow,
it'll light up. And
You make
that
that
also
original
has a very-
that you're going to use. Is that a four-sided? Like it's kind of got little wings on it, huh?
yeah, it's four-sided.
wow.
That
What?
also has a very kind of sting feel on the hilt.
I'm like, who was your blacksmith that did that? That was excellent.
Every time you guys say Sting, I think of the professional wrestler that looks like freaking the Crow. Okay.
See, I think of
Well,
the lead singer of the Police.
That's what I think.
No, I call this Roxanne.
Nice.
I love it.
That's amazing.
You have to have red
Well
lights
played.
in it.
Mind you,
Right.
some
I like
of your
him.
potions,
We keep him.
some of your potions also count as a message in a bottle.
I don't like.
Yeah. By the way, I only half joking about having him on and doing next time the entire show have all the lights off in his workshop so that it's just the items. Like turn off all the lights.
Like
Oh, I can
all
do
the
it.
lights
I can
off,
totally
but
do
then
it, yeah.
like he
Yeah,
needs to have one big glowy thing so that his
Yeah.
face lights up in the creepy Halloween, like it was a
Right.
dark, stormy
Have
night.
all the lights
Thanks
off
for the
so he's
ride.
just presenting various items that glow the entire time.
I'm happy to do it.
So I'm. What are the? Nope, never mind. That's off topic, and I'm not going to go there because otherwise I will get super distracted. Okay, I was just going to say, what are the dates? What are the actual the open and closing dates of the Evermore Park?
So Evermore, like I said, is seasonal. They're open up for a few more weeks to July 31st, and then they close down for August. And that honestly that makes sense because nobody wants to be outside in Utah in August. That is hot. That's Death Valley hot. It's hot. It's like 100 degrees, and that's no.
Woo.
So
Nobody wants
Yeah,
to be
so-
that hot and unable to drink.
and in
Right.
costume.
Yeah.
And who wants to be wrapped in leather in 100 degrees? I mean, I guess somebody wants to. That's
without
And
drinking mead.
Yes, but those people
Without liquor.
pay a lot of money for that, and we
Yeah.
usually, and
Yeah.
what happens in Las Vegas stays there. So
That's right.
Not true.
So they that's right. That's a whole different show. That's way different props. I'm just saying we get a line of leather and not just grips. No.
Okay, so here's a suggestion for the magic power. So you probably don't know what we're talking about, but we give the items from vendors magic powers so that they can be used in our LARP if they perchance be won by somebody who plays in the Hedge Chronicles. And so here is a suggestion, which is allow the user to see the auras of the person nearby or the alignment of that person.
I think the magical power should be you stab someone with it and it really hurts.
I think it should be you stab somebody and they light up. I mean,
By the way,
So this is something we've been working on for larger pieces like my bandolier and things like that. I do utilize color changing programmable LEDs. In some of my larger pieces. So the aura thing would work where you could press a little wireless remote control and go blue, red, green, whatever. Not just a random color. You can set the color. Getting that to size like something like that would be a little bit more difficult, but we are working. We've done it with dragon wings that people can wear that change colors, with cloaks and with other pieces, all sorts of stuff. We've done that, incorporated all sorts of kind of LEDs.
Cloak? What? All the lights. Yeah. Okay. So I guess that with that said, we have tonight's magic word, which is sting, you guys. And just in case you all don't know how this works, because I know that we have many new viewers here in the last month or so. And so the way this works is that the magic word is sting. And after the show, right now, not in the live comments, after the show, on Facebook or on YouTube only, you go and you put the magic word sting into the YouTube comments, and that will get you one of 3 possible entries to win this awesome dagger of your LED and leather and inscription choice. Excuse me, from Wolf's Cosplay. And the other 2 ways to get entries are you can join the YouTube channel. There should be, if you're watching from YouTube, there's a join button right there. Hit the join button at any level, and you will automatically be entered into every single drawing that we do here. Whether or not you happen to be watching, we'll get in contact with you, and or join our Patreon. So you can get a maximum of 3 entries into every single drawing that we do. And it is also at any level on our Patreon. And then you will be automatically entered into every single drawing that we do as well. So
by the way,
we are not doing a spin because we will be doing it next week. So you guys have 1 week from the end of this show to get your comment of sting, the magic word, into the... Yes, Justinian, are you raising your hand in a question?
No, I was supporting the one. Because it's 1 week.
Okay.
So, question, real quick question about your online presence. I mean, obviously we see the Etsy store. Oh, never mind. I just saw the Facebook link. My apology.
And there's Instagram too,
Yes,
so it's
yes,
all
yes.
covered.
It is also in the low bar. So wherever you're watching from, it is also in the low bar, you guys. It will be there for forevers. You can come back to the show on Facebook or on YouTube, click the expand button and see all of the information. So, and Alicia, welcome. Thank you so much for joining the channel. And yay, we have so many new family members tonight. I'm excited for that. Well, Jason, thank you so much for joining us, and I'm looking forward to talking to you after the not tonight after the show, because I'm probably going to go to sleep, but after the show. Is there anything you'd like to say to everybody before we let you go for the evening?
So am I regular now?
Do you want to be?
I mean, wouldn't be the first time that happened to you, right?
That's sometimes how it happens. We simply acquire.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, again, I love the idea of doing the all dark show where it's just all the products lighting up as you show them. I think would be amazing.
Well, this was a lot of fun. I'd love to come back again whenever y'all want. This is fantastic. I will say, Wolf's Cosplay, wolfscosplay.com. We do a ton of stuff. Oh, thank you. We do our online store maybe has a quarter of what we do. We do a ton. I do leather armor. We do wizard staffs. We do all sorts of stuff. So if you're looking for a particular piece, shoot us a message. If you see something on there and you go, hey man, I'd really like my graphic, or I do like something like that, but I don't see it on there, shoot us a message. A lot of times we do customizations for free. So just shoot us off a message and ask. And we're always doing new stuff. I try to come out with a new product once a week or once every couple of weeks. We're just constantly coming out with new things. Other than that, support your local businesses.
Yeah,
if you can buy local, if you can buy American, do it. It's the reason I'm in business.
Also consider Wyoming to be local to wherever you are.
Yeah. We're next.
Something I was thinking about.
You live in Georgia? Hey, we're your neighbor. We're right there. We're there. You live in California?
Nobody
we're just
knows
in your backyard, man.
Nobody knows where Wyoming is on the map.
No. One portal jump. We are literally just a portal jump away. We're right there. You want us to come into your bar mitzvah? We're there.
Okay. Yeah. First of all, the kingdom that I used to live in included Wyoming. Okay, so Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico. So yes,
those things even connected?
Wyoming is where Devil's Tower is.
That's right.
And I've been there. So, what are you laughing at? All right. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will bid you adieu. You have been a wonderful guest this evening. So
much better than a lot of our guests. Way better.
I appreciate
than most of
and
them.
Definitely better than all of us.
All right, on that note,
you're not better than me, man.
I'll talk to you later about lolly leather. Yeah.
I'm gonna go turn off the red light. Night.
All right. We're not in that district anymore. All right. Good night. Man.
I just had a horrible thought of him using actual lasers as laser pointers for cats. You don't want to catch the red dot.
I mean, if it's red, it should be okay. If it's green, then that's not good. That's like going to start boring holes and things in your house. If I recall correctly. Am I right about that, Ion?
Yeah, so the red lasers are kind of weak. Blue lasers are kind of strong and dangerous. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, look, Flora's here.
What? Yeah, I know, and she said 0 words since she's been here.
We had a vendor.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be rude. Unlike all of.
Oh, unlike everybody else. Like, nice. Especially Count Morbid.
She said 6 words. 6 words. Man, we're starting. We're right there. Woo, I'm excited.
I like the fact that you're counting this.
It's like one of those competitions to guess how many jelly beans are in the jar.
You know what Gunther's doing right now? He's literally
Drink
looking
every
at their
time I say
website.
something?
No, he's looking at their. That is my guess. He's looking at their website. Like, look, what things can I buy?
Oh, I've been there already. Oh my goodness gracious!
He's
Like I
making a
said,
list of birthday.
Give me all the
desires.
glowy purple.
I want to put a spice
like
cabinet in
do this-
the camp kitchen with little bottles that each light up and glow and hang off. And the idea of the camp kitchen being glowing because all the little spice bottles have different magical ingredients. I'm like,
Famous Dana, do you want a really insane idea?
No,
Ask him if he can
ideas.
Ask him if he can make a usable or a functional ladle that glows, like with an attachable battery light, so that you have a glowing ladle that you stir with.
well, I mean, it's like a wand, right?
Right.
It's true. It's true.
I guess it's better than having my my huge stew pot light up, because that could be, a little worrisome about what I just put in it.
I'm trying to think of so many years ago. I saw they didn't have light up things, but this is kind of like building on your idea. I saw somebody who had made sort of a backpack that was like a traveling apothecary, and they had used like it was either one of those wicker picnic baskets, the kind that like then open up. So it was like it was either a picnic basket or it was maybe a what?
A picnic basket.
A picnic basket.
A picnic basket. Boo boo.
Or it was maybe like a wicker wall hanging shelf thing that they had then kind of customized into being wearable with putting leather straps on it.
And this is what I'm getting for Christmas?
To carry around on your back. I have a hard time imagining you carrying anything on your back. I
just make Gunther do it, or I am.
By the way, I do feel I was very on brand. It could make glow in the dark skulls.
You can probably just fill it with glow in the dark things. Is that what you want? You need more glow in the dark skulls, Count Morbid.
Well, no, I mean the idea of doing smaller ones, like almost like the potions or the daggers or whatever, just like a glow in the dark base or on a necklace or something.
Oh, yes. I like
or a series of them dangling from a chain so you can hold them like a flail.
I should have that. I should have something heavy on a chain that I can swing around like a flail. Okay, so we have articles because it is actually past our normal article time a little bit. And let's see. I know I'm trying to find I had it pulled up. Oh, here it is. Here we go. All right, you guys, talk amongst yourselves. Do something entertaining while I pick between our articles here. Wait, what? What is this? Oh, that one was from last week.
Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Is that the thing we're gonna sing now?
Sugar pie, honey bun.
No, not yet.
No.
You know I love you.
Honey.
What's a moggy?
It sounds like a rash. I don't want none of that.
It sounds like a weird Asian food.
Hey, did you want some of this moggy? No.
Could it be a creature you're not supposed to get wet or feed after midnight?
Right, I'm guessing it's one of those, like your cousin or something, twice removed.
Are you telling me you're not supposed to feed your cousin or get them wet after midnight? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. I've met some of my cousins. I'm sure of that.
It's legit.
I mean, hair alone.
Okay, well, so speaking of honey, okay, here we go. It's gonna be bears and cats. That's our first competition here. So article number 1 is curious link between cats in cemeteries and moggies near graves around the world. I don't really know what that title means, actually. So it's curious.
Wait,
And
I'm sorry. Can you read that again? Because I was visiting the little Morbid's room, so I came back and I heard graves and cemeteries.
curious link between cats in cemeteries and moggies near graves around the world.
I still say it's a rash.
You're a rash.
Probably.
And also, number 2 is wildlife officials are looking for a bear with a bucket on its head.
Hey, boo boo.
It's an armored bear.
An armored bear.
Let's
So if you
go
want to
get the
hear about like
cemetery.
cemetery cats and grave moggies, press number 1. And if you want to hear about bear with bucket, press number 2. Now, Ion, start the timer. Go, go, go. Yes.
Bare necessities, the very bare necessities.
Forget about
your worries and your strife.
not
I
stride,
mean
it's right.
the bare necessities. That's why a bear can rest it with just the bare necessities of life.
Now, when you pick a paw or a prickly pear,
Oh,
and you
no.
prick a raw paw, well, next time, beware.
Beware.
Don't pick the prickly pear with the paw. When you pick a pear, try to use the claw. But you don't need to use the claw when you pick a pear of the big paw. Have I given you a clue? I don't think that timer is going.
I don't think the timer is going either. That was just.
No, it's look at the bottom. It's not going. Oh, it is going. How come we can't see it tonight?
That
was
was
very
7.
slow.
One more. Oh my goodness, we're sitting at like 13 now.
13. Oh, are you counting, Justinian? You're
Yes.
amazing. I thank you so much for counting. Wow, I see new people out there.
Trust
Daniel
in
Egan.
me,
Hi. I don't think I've seen you out
just
there before.
in
Welcome.
me.
No,
Shut
no.
your
you're
eyes and
singing-
trust in me.
Oh, look,
No.
timer's up.
He's singing the snake song.
You can sleep
Ah,
safe and
ah.
sound, knowing I am around. Slip into silent slumber.
No.
Sail
That's
on a
what, yes, take
silver
your own advice.
mist.
Slip into silent.
So we have
Slowly
a
and surely your
Facebook
senses
user who should probably go to a website to give
Oh
us
yeah.
permission.
Hey,
will
Facebook user.
cease to
I can't
resist.
see your name. You have to go to here. I'm gonna put it in the comments for you. You have to go to
Trust in
StreamYard.com.
me.
Okay, StreamYard.com /Facebook. There you go. I put it there in the comments for you. And if you go there and give it permission, then it can see your Facebook name, and then we know who we're talking to, and we don't just have to call you Yawn random Facebook user. So, okay. What was the final tally, Justinian?
Trust in
Oh.
me.
Well, Flora's final tally thus far is 13.
13.
It looked
Yeah.
like 1-1.
1-1.
Oh, wrong count. My bad. Sorry.
All right. Here we go. Number 1. So the cats in cemeteries. Okay. It is. The bear one could be a little bit sad, I guess, if the bear like ended up actually.
Yes, the bear one's in sad. Let's talk about cemeteries.
Well, come on! I mean, they're already dead.
Are you afraid that the bear might have kicked the bucket, or just took the bucket?
I like to feel some comfort in the notion that if the bear's head went in the bucket, it surely can come back out of the bucket. So, and the picture that I was looking at, just for those, it looks like the bucket actually is open-ended. It looks more like a cone of shame. So certainly the bear is not like its head's not stuck and the bucket is on like a muzzle. So otherwise that would be very bad. But yes, here we are. Curious link between cats in cemeteries and what I don't even know what a moggy is, but I guess I'm about to find out. Okay, where is my share button? I have so many things open tonight. And I wish that was not the case, because then it makes it hard to find stuff. Okay. Curious link between cats in cemeteries and moggies near graves around the world. Some say they are simply soaking up the sunshine, while others believe they are there for a deeper reason. Look at this dude in the background in this picture right here. I mean, it's like Assassin's Creed is going on. What's happening right there? Okay. Cemeteries are rather strange places, somewhere that represents an abundance of sorrow for some and a place of peace and happiness for others. That sentence didn't make sense. An opportunity for families to visit loved ones who have passed, keeping their memory alive. One unexpected visitor that you're sure to have spotted on a visit to a cemetery comes in the shape of a cat. Many of us are bound to have spotted a cat sitting pride of place. What does that mean? On a tombstone before, but we have likely brushed it off as coincidence. A coincidence, though it may be, there is no denying that our feline friends visit cemeteries pretty regularly. The same is true the world over. It is likely that cats are drawn to the calm nature of a graveyard, somewhere with no hustle and bustle and with plenty of places for them to soak up the sun and sleep the day away. However, if we take a look back some 5,000 years, cats were continually represented with social and religious practices in ancient Egypt, being routinely depicted accompanying humans into the afterlife. It's a pretty cat right there.
Just for the record, pride of place is the place that is most important in a location. So.
Oh, I am not familiar with that turn of phrase, so that was a weird one. In fact, several ancient Egyptian deities, I like that they have to define deities as gods and goddesses. Like, what?
What even are words?
We're, as opposed to what? That's what deities are. Were portrayed with cat-like heads, namely Mafdet, who protected against snakes and scorpions, Bastet, the goddess of protection, and Sekhmet, the goddess of both war and healing. Back in ancient Egypt, cats were heavily praised since the first dynasty of Egypt for taking on venomous snakes and therefore protecting the pharaoh. The protective nature of cats is indicated in the Book of the Dead, which represents Ra, in which a cat represents Ra, god of the sun. Does that say fairy cat? No, that says hair K. Okay, that's a kind of a cool picture, though. You gotta admit. Feline-themed trinkets and decorations were used during the New Kingdom of Egypt period also, indicating that the popularity of the animal only gained traction. As Terry Pratchett famously commented, in ancient times, cats were worshipped as gods. They have not forgotten this. The ancient relationship between cats and humans, even in death, has transpired even further still in recent years. Frisk is a wake-up call for the millions of people with... Wait. That's an ad. I mean, frisk seems like a cat word. It tricked me. 10 years ago, the world's oldest known pet cemetery began to be discovered just outside the city walls of a Roman town near a rubbish dump in southeast Egypt. 100 animals were unearthed here, but at this time it was unclear whether the archaeologists had uncovered a cemetery or simply a dumping ground for deceased animals. The original findings were published in 2016, and it wasn't until earlier this year, in the early months of 2021, that it became clear that the discovery was unique. Archaeologists uncovered what is now recognized as the world's oldest known pet cemetery in Berenice, Egypt. Interesting.
I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery. I don't want to live my life again.
What on earth are you singing right now? I mean,
He's just singing morbid songs. That's how it is.
wait. What?
What?
You don't know the Pet
I'm
Cemetery
reading
song?
what Alicia said. She said, cats are able to smell or sense by some undetermined ability innate to the core data chordata, when humans are dying. What's a chordata? And that this has been known forever. But I don't. What's a chordata?
Well, I mean, I've seen a lot of articles about cats in basically retirement homes or hospitals, who it seem to indicate who's going to die next because
we
they
covered one of those.
Yeah.
Laying on them,
but that's also partly because those people tend to be really warm.
And still, I would assume. Let's see.
Or they have all the blankets on top of them.
Let's see here. The 2,000-year-old cemetery. Jeez, that's actually kind of cool. There's a dog cemetery at Castle Edinburgh in Scotland. Let's see. Was dedicated solely to cats, dogs, and monkeys, with just shy of 600 animals being discovered, 90% of which were cats. Researchers believe that this demonstrates and reinforces the bond between humans and cats reaching back thousands of years. This is likely the oldest cemetery of its kind in the world, according to archaeologists from the Polish Academy of Sciences, who believe that the site was in use from around mid-1st to mid-2nd century AD. The relationship between death and cats also spreads to folklore. In Finnish mythology, cats led the souls of the dead to the underworld, while in Transylvania, if a cat jumped over a dead body, it was believed that the corpse was a vampire. Back to the present day now. Cemetery sites, I can't get that commercial, like, back to the present day. Look in the past. Now back to the present day. Cemetery sites across the globe continue to play host to curious cats. The Yanaka area of Tokyo is famous for its sizable population of stray cats, many of which choose to roam around and live in, you guessed it, the Yanaka Cemetery. There was many stray cats in Bucharest when I was there. The cemetery is one of the most famous landmarks of the neighborhood due to the fact that it is widely accepted and respected as being where a community of cats call home. Often visitors remark that the cats can be a great source of comfort for those who visit. Let's see. Nowhere in here does it say what a moggy is.
I think it's actually a slang term for basically, I think it's the mutt version of cat.
Oh,
I mean, basically Google it, because I thought it was...
Literally, it is a British way of saying what version of cat.
Yeah. It's like saying some street cat or something.
Especially one that does not have a pedigree or is otherwise unremarkable. It says
But it may have an M on its head.
I did not know that.
Yeah, no.
Silky is a moggy.
For once, I didn't already know something you didn't know.
Silky is a moggy.
You said moggy like not Moogle, right? Because I always get the two of them confused.
Wait, what? Not a mogul?
I don't even know what you're talking about anymore.
Not a mogwai.
Don't feed your cats after midnight.
A moggy is a mutt cat. But the word moggy is so cute. Okay, so there it is. Now then, moving on from moggy. Let's see. Okay, you guys, talk amongst yourselves.
Quick, guys, talk amongst yourselves.
So what are we going to do with all the Princess Lolly leather anyway?
We're going to give it to
the
Flora.
glitter's a problem. The glitter, getting the glitter off, getting the glitter off her skin for any kind of usable reason would be difficult. But
You just sweat the skin and then collect it that way.
Why not just incorporate the glitter into your final project?
I don't want glitter. Nobody wants
The
that.
problem comes in when it's pre-drawn already and there's already designs on it.
Well,
That's when you have to determine which spot is being leathered.
I don't want her glitter flaking off.
I think that's her defense against your making leather out of her.
It's a defensive what is that called? Evolutionary
trait.
Thank you. Yes.
I was gonna say it's defensively awkward image in my mind, but we can go with traits. Trait is fine.
I don't
Okay.
even know.
Don't even know. Okay, let's see. I think we're gonna go with a ghost fight here. And article number 1.
Don't you just hate when ghosts fight?
The ectoplasm suffers.
I know. I watched it in High Spirits, and that looked awkward in and of itself. So I had to cut back.
Ghosts tell couple to get out when they accidentally stumble on a haunted cave versus do ghosts have BO? These pub owners say yes. So if you would like to hear about the haunted cave ghosts telling people to get out, press number 1. And if you would like to discover whether or not ghosts have BO, press number 2. Ion, set the timer, please.
Is it BO for bodiless order?
Bodiless odor. Ew. I mean, it kind of makes sense if you think about it. I'm just saying. Aw. Props to you, Justinian. High spirits.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
I too am a phantasm of her comment.
I don't know. It kind of slipped right through me.
I don't know. It sounds like a spectator sport.
A spectator sport.
Is that like ghost potatoes? Because if it is, I've had those before. They do actually go right through. They don't stay for long.
I mean, is a ghost potato actually a thing, like a ghost pepper?
It's not as spicy.
Yes.
No, you're just saying. Now I know it's not true because Flora's agreeing with you. Flora, I think I like you a little bit extra because I can mostly tell when you're lying.
But that was one
That
word.
means you're such a bad liar that missed the obvious there can tell.
It's true.
I can only lie under certain circumstances. One of them is birthdays, incidentally. I can totally lie about whether or not someone's going to have a birthday party, like a secret birthday party or whatever, because I know that they're going to find out about it very shortly, right? So it's not like an ongoing it's not something I have to actually remember because, Mark Twain had it right, I always tell the truth. That way I don't have to worry about, what I said, like remembering what I said.
All the grains of sand have slipped to the bottom.
Okay. Like sands through the hourglass. So we have, let's see, where are the votes?
Or in this case, minute and a half.
I assure you, Your Highness, who has it? Who cleared the board with everybody else? They ghosted right on through. It was like one wasn't even there.
Clear the board. Okay, so it's going to be. Here we go. Do ghosts have VO? And I gotta confess, like what? Corpses, I bet have VO.
People have no apparitions about what we should do next.
So glad I wasn't drinking at that moment. Oh, that would have been painful.
Here's the thing. If I eat a ghost or meet a ghost potato, I'm going to eat it too. Because basically, I will eat potatoes in all of their forms, including ghost. Potatoes are delicious. All potatoes are delicious. Okay. Where's my share button?
Butt potatoes.
Somebody has obviously never had one of those potatoes that have been growing on their own in the kitchen before and says, all potatoes are good potatoes. And you're like, no, they're not. But nice try.
Some potatoes know what they did.
Oh, yes. It's written all over their faces.
You
can see it in their eyes.
Yeah, you can totally see it in their
I
eyes.
just think it's amusing that Do Ghosts Have BO was the winner. I'm just saying, you guys are freaky.
And believe him to be a previous landlord of the pub. I know it sounds bonkers, but you can smell him. It's like a musty BO smell. We smell that, and then something happens. How do you know when your house, your office, your car, or the spot you're standing in was recently visited by a ghost? Well,
The smell of fart.
What?
It wasn't me.
By the way, the ghost goes to a liquor store because he's looking for booze.
Oh no! I should have known.
You know he's gonna do this.
Ghost sort, man, we're just gonna have ghost jokes and puns here. Okay, it's already started. For Adele Gill and Steve Ellis, operators of the White Hart Pub in Corsley, Wiltshire, England, on the county border with Somerset, it's the mysterious smell of body odor. Is this the smell of the ghost now, or when it was still alive with a sweating body? Ew. Adele Gill shared more with Somerset Live. A couple of times I've heard regulars walk out looking very spooked, and it's only a week or so later that they admit that they saw something behind the bar. We've seen it too. It's hard to describe. It's like a fast-moving vapor trail. We've got it on CCTV. Okay, closed caption. CCTV too. That looks like smoke.
Hey, if you've got it, haunt it.
If you've got it, haunt it. You can't record smells, but you can record vapor trails, objects mysteriously moving, knocks, and other strange occurrences, which Gill and Ellis have since 2019 when they took over the pub, which had been vacant for 2 years, remodeled it, turned on the security cameras, and opened the doors for business. Employees and customers immediately began reporting the feeling of being grabbed, a heavy freezer door opening by itself, objects flying across the room, and most recently, a bar measure? What's a bar measure? Moving by itself.
A measuring cup?
That you find at a bar?
Measure glass? A shaker thingy that has a measuring on the side?
Clearly this bar is haunted by a pewtergeist.
While many bar patrons everywhere have seen glasses move by themselves on slick bars or felt cold drafts while sipping a cold draft, that doesn't explain the body odor smell at the White Hart. We've been told there are reports of tunnels connecting the area to
This sounds like a dead end.
Well, do you want to read Count Morbid?
What now?
Do you want to read instead?
No. Dead end's a joke, dear.
I know.
Well, I'm just saying, it sounds like they need to Febreze their sheets.
Ew. One time we did get a psychic in here that said, "Beg Adele, help dig." So we have suspicions there is a cellar here and that it may be connected to what happens. Is the White Hart getting poltergeist runoff from a secret tunnel connected to the nearby Longleat house? Built in 1580. I love how everything in Europe it's not, built in 1890, and that seems old. It's like built centuries ago. Longleat is a well-known haunted location with a green lady, sometimes referred to as the Gray Lady, depending on her dress color, being the most famous. It is believed to be the spirit of Lady Louisa Carteret, who walks the Green Lady's Walk in the yard in search of a footman who her husband had murdered when he suspected an affair. Longleat also has 7 libraries containing 40,000 books, with the Red Library said to be haunted by Thomas Ken, Bishop of Bath and Wells, who lived in exile at Longleat for 20 years until his death in 1711, and is often seen reading there. That's kind of cool, but what is going... Oh my gosh. It's like, what's happening in this picture right now? It's somebody putting on deodorant. Back to the BO scents, often detected in haunted houses, tend to be more like perfume, cologne, flowers, tobacco smoke, or other pleasant smells reminiscent of the person when alive. An unpleasant smell, often reported, is sulfur, which is said to come from negative spirits. Medically speaking, smelling phantom smells is called phantosmia, and can be a sign of head trauma, migraines, Parkinson's disease, schizophrenia, or even a stroke. However, it is not contagious, and the BO smell at the White Hart pub has been reported by multiple people. And then there's the wispy trail and objects moving picked up on CCTV. I think that Henry must be upset that we redecorated without asking his permission. Is Henry sweating from trying to move things back the way he had them? Steaming because he wasn't consulted? Was he a barkeep who spent more time pouring than bathing? Gil and Ellis say they'd like to know more about the history of White Hart Pub. Be careful what you wish for. What? So they talk about this video, but then there's no link to the video? What?
It's not hard in the UK to find history on everything. Like, we'll research more about the pub. I'm like, it's not hard. You're where the history lives. Did you say that, like, there was one of the specters?
Not necessarily lives.
Did you say that one of the specters was seen reading a book?
Yes.
That's a very
maybe it was by a ghostwriter.
Oh my God! Shut up. That was good, but also terrible.
Yeah. By the way, everyone has to drink.
You should be ashamed, and you should feel bad.
I thought it was wonderful.
I kind of want to go and what is Ghost BO? Yeah, I don't know. And yeah, I agree. It's like, how do they know that his name is Henry, but this is the only thing that they know? Do they just call him that?
I know
Did they make that up?
When they bought the bar, it was probably on the deed to the bar.
It was probably on what?
It's
the deed. What, you know, who they bought it from? The old owner's name was probably on.
Well, yeah, but the bar has been around since 1570 something. So, I mean, how do we know which century Henry is from? I mean, that was a popular name in the 1500s, right? We had the Tudors going on long about that time.
You can go back to when they, first started using the name Henry and give that as a good starting point. So between then and now.
And when was that?
I mean, that's a good question. Why don't you ask Henry?
Because Henry's dead. I fear that if I were to ask him, he would just be as silent as the grave.
I don't.
Oh,
without a whiff of a response.
Yeah.
I don't know. I found it rather ghastly.
That joke is buried bad.
Well, at least it got buried.
It hasn't aged well.
Needs to go 6 feet under. Yeah.
I got a spot in my side yard still open. We can arrange this.
By the way,
I mean,
ghosts also really like marijuana because then they can get tombstoned.
Oh, but I thought they only wanted that for their pizzas. Come on, let's be realistic here.
That one took me a second to get. And wait a minute, what do you mean Henry's not dead? He's laying at your feet.
I'm gonna guess they have a cat named Henry.
Well, Henry can be dead and also still laying at Rixie's feet, is what I'm trying to say. I mean,
are you saying Henry Schrodinger's cat? Henry is both dead and not dead at the same time in a quantum flux state. Is that what we're saying?
Could be.
Until observed. Until observed, he's in a quantum state of dead and undead. Or undead, I mean.
Or in this case, smelly or unsmelly.
Smelly and Schrodinger's smelly cat.
Schrodinger's smelly cat. Well, I mean, according to the previous article, if it's a dog. It's Schrodinger's dog.
There are 313 White Hart pubs in the UK.
What?
It is one of the most popular names for a name for a pub in England.
Why?
I forget. Is Hart a rabbit or is Hart a deer? I don't remember.
A deer.
A deer. H-A-R-T. Yeah.
A deer.
It's also a symbol of. It's also heraldic origins.
I think it's a male deer, the heart, as opposed to a doe.
The livery of Richard II, the 14th century king, it said pubs had to display signs that they sold stuff, so a lot of pubs are named after him. It's weird, right?
You're weird.
I mean,
yeah, and
the part is weird.
I suddenly did research. Oh my god!
Well,
by the way, time check.
It's 9:28.
Can we have the vendor back? Oh.
Oh my gosh!
I don't like your attitude.
Someone insulted Shakespeare in the
At the
comments.
rate we're going, we'll now know what the
What?
cat dragged in. Oh my goodness.
No,
You have to look. That's
can't
great.
Who insulted Shakespeare?
They didn't insult it. They said he's dead.
Thankfully.
Well, I mean,
or he would be insulted.
Probably.
Or assaulted.
I mean, I thought somebody was saying that they wanted Shakespeare insults to happen, so I was going to say, no, you can't have the vendor back, you craven, dizzy-eyed flax wench.
So I actually have several books of Shakespearean
That was
insults.
quite the mouthful.
Yes, but that's what makes them amazing.
I know, but somewhere I have several books of Shakespearean insults, including one of which allows you to create your own. It's like one of those sort of individual flip books where it's divided into like 3 sections on a page, so you can flip.
Choose your own adventure.
Yeah, I mean, like Scurrilous, Poxmark, Craven, Wench, something, like.
I love the fact that Jason said that he could come back.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a tough sell for either side there.
I know, but now I really, really want to go there, and
Yeah.
I want it to be a thing, and it would be awesome to do a live show with all of their vendors. Would that not be excellent, you guys?
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a good
It
starting
would be
point
awesome.
might be, because it sounds like you'll all be in Las Vegas at some point. So
We
like
haven't-
sort of
we
starting
haven't decided
small.
what we're going to do Las Vegas ways yet.
Yeah.
But yes. So Shakespeare loved bacon. Do you mean Francis Bacon?
I thought he was
God.
straight. Now I'm confused.
Oh, no. I assure you, there are 23 academics who are not sure he was straight. That is a whole.
Only 23?
How can they be sure that he wasn't straight or what his alignment was if they aren't
Because
even
he was
sure
in the
who
theater.
he was?
Because
What?
he was in the theater. It's a clue.
I
Good
don't
question.
know. I mean, like, William Shakespeare from Stoke-on-Trent was also married with kids. Like, unless you think he wasn't that Shakespeare.
Oh yes. No gay or queer person has ever been married to a woman before in the history of recorded time. Tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this
But
petty
what
case from
makes
day to
them
day.
think
From the
that
last
there
of
must
all
be
recorded
something
time.
other than he was in theater and in
So
theater?
3 times is a
And
charm,
more
right?
tights.
Is it more or
All
less
more
than the,
tights.
is it more or
How
less
much-
than the number of I was going to ask, is it more or less than the number of academics who think he didn't write his works, like that it was written by Marlowe, I guess?
Marlowe or Bacon
It's
or
Marlowe.
Edward de Vere, by the way, is one of the more common theory these days. Edward de
that?
Vere was a nobleman who, and somebody said, "Oh, Edward shakes a spear," some kind of in joke. He also theoretically had both the education and the world travel that would have made more sense. But most of that is just because they can't believe that William Shakespeare was just a normal guy who wrote all that stuff without being rich and noble.
Without being
Ouch.
educated enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I opened a can of
if
worms
he
here,
didn't
didn't I?
have a
Yeah.
pedigree,
Yes,
they can't believe that just a guy
absolutely.
wrote that. They're also missing the point of how theater works, which is it's not like an author. Theater tends to be a very collaborative work or a collaborative process where you're not necessarily writing a play in isolation all by yourself. It tends to be more of a group process.
I don't think you have enough feeling about this subject, Count Morbid. Maybe you should continue telling us some more.
Elaborate a little bit more.
Hey, Count Morbid, what time is it? And who's been talking for the last... we're over our time limit. Can the vendor please come back? Words.
Mm-hmm, indeed.
Okay. I also have
that's from Poe, right?
Oh no, I've got your Poe. The Poe tattoo is right back here.
I'm good. I'm okay. I'm good. I'm good.
Never
That
more.
did not just happen.
Nevermore.
I'm not
I
sure
was
if
just
that
saying
was a
that
goal.
Raven is quoting some crap right now, man.
Oh
Nevermore.
my God, no.
How about never again?
Yeah. Thank you.
Wait, did I just like knock Justinian off the channel? Is that what happened? I've got your Poe right here.
Subscribe, you're gonna be busted.
That might be a little embarrassment there.
Forever. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, what happened? Count Morbid, if you ever do that again.
We'll deal with it again.
I didn't accidentally show any crack, did I? I wasn't trying to pull it down that low. Salad.
All right, you guys. Well, it is 9:34, and that brings us basically around to the
tail
back
end
of our show. Literally. Yep, that's right. And it's
the back end.
All you. So, please, if you guys will, hit the like and subscribe button for us. Remember, you can support what we do here via our Patreon and or by hitting the join button here on the YouTube channel, either one of those. And also you get awesome bonuses and benefits that go along with it. Oh boy. Yes. Yes, exactly. See, right. That's what we're saying. And with all of that said, I won't be back here with you guys this Friday because we are headed out to Eastern Washington. But if you guys are in Spokane or in Umatilla, Oregon, we'll be in Umatilla on Saturday, and we will be in Spokane on Sunday at I want to say I should just like have the name of the park right there in my head. It's the Spokane Valley Mission Park. If I
look it up, man.
Oh, I was going to try to look it up really fast, but whatever.
Yeah, I think, by the way, the parking spots there are called missionary positions.
All right.
This is why we can't have nice things.
It is.
That would be
really
locations, not positions.
So, with all of that said, thank you for joining us tonight, and welcome to all of our new FAE fam. Yay!
Yay! Cheese whiz!
We'll see if they're still here next week.
Possible. And yes, we will see you next week.
Welcome.
Go away.
Did Dana just do it?
Don't make
Hello,
this show
friends. This is Gunther Hammerhands. Thank you for checking out Fairy Princess Lily's channel. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Use your troll hammer to ring that little bell icon to get notifications when she posts future videos. And if you'd like to support these magical creations, fly over to our Patreon and join the Fairy family. Safe travels.